I work as a first responder in a resort coastal town. Hey everyone. So it's about 1:53 a.m. local time. I've just been wired up lately. To preface, I've had the privilege to work a summer job as a first responder specializing in ocean rescue for a fairly popular vacation town along the Jersey Shore. I've got stories ranging from shoobies asking me if Public Works puts the shells on the beach every morning to which lake is that? And they're pointing to the North Atlantic. Pretty sad stuff honestly. The town I live on is an island where we get day trippers, summer renters, and vacationers ranging from New York City and Philadelphia areas, Montreal area, Ohio. I just see a lot of Ohio plates but not sure if it's Cleveland or elsewhere, as well as Delaware. I've been working on island for about 11 years, and serving as a first responder for a little over half a decade now. I've risen through the ranks and now work in a more supervisory/middle management level. I've seen a lot. Since the summer of 2020 things have gotten a bit more hectic here, as probably most places in America did, with the election and COVID as well as the political unrest in the country. A lot of people come to the island to relax, which is all well and good. However, for me at least, this is when things started to become more hostile. At first it was logical and even understandable. People were stressed from COVID and lockdowns, and politics like I stated earlier. My friend and I were partners and we openly joked about this, saying things like, dude, I think we're the smartest people on this island. That can't be right. Not to say we're stupid, but you'd think two 20-somethings would have more relaxed priorities like going out after our shifts and all that, but oh well. It's around this time that I started noticing changes in people's attitudes. We'd save lives and we'd be accosted for it by the victims. I understand that sometimes people are embarrassed, insecure, etc., but this was more visceral. We worked closely with local PD and they even seemed confused with some of the victims' attitudes. What we did was just chalk it up to insecurities and move on with the day. That was most of 2020. 2021 and 2022 were very similar summers. Things were milder at first but started reverting back to 2020 levels again around July/August 2022. I'd notice people just had a more off appearance to them. I started noticing less of locals and more just out of place individuals, if that makes sense. So for example, we have locals on our beaches or slocals, summer locals, who we get to know and are very friendly with. Then we have tourists which are easy to point out. But these people were neither. It was hard to talk to them, engage in friendly talk or explaining some local ords to them. They also would wear clothing you'd wear more on a city block, not the beach. They just weren't matching what we are accustomed to. My most memorable conversation was with a man who was probably early 40s if I had to gauge. He was smoking, and the city recently issued out a no smoking policy, so I approached this man to explain the new rule, and after introducing myself and explaining my rule with the typical humorous but professional attitude I've come to craft, this was his response. We know. It's just not time now. I remember standing there for a minute, smirking and looking at the ocean. I then explained again more firmly but still friendly enough. His response, however, only further baffled me. We know. But can you do me a favor? Cool, thank you. Fucker. His eyes twitched a little at that last part. I was uneasy, so I told him to finish his smoke quickly and I returned to my truck. By the time I was back at my truck, about a block away, I couldn't find him. I decided to keep an eye out for any hostile actions but didn't see anything. Just another asshole, I thought to myself. I've seen this man at least 8 more times that summer. He was never smoking but he always gave me this look, a look like he wanted something from me, and that he was determined to get it. He was also always alone, so the we aspect of our conversation always bugged me. It's about 2:37 a.m. local time, so I think I'll stop for now, but this island has been bugging me a lot since.